Chapter 4. When the storm stopped screaming. Darkness pressed in thick, swallowing the chamber until Nyla couldn't tell wall from air. Each breath tasted of stone and mildew, damp enough to sting her throat. She blinked, but it didn't matter. Black swallowed black until her eyes hurt from trying to make shapes that weren't there. She pressed a hand against the wall, cold and slick under her fingertips, hoping for some clue, some break in the rock, anything that could guide her forward. The silence was heavier than footsteps, like the earth itself was listening, waiting to see if she'd fold or fight. Then it came, a slow pulse under her skin. The first flower on her arm burned awake, green light seeping through her veins until her hand glowed faintly in the dark. Nyla froze, teeth clenched, as her right eye flared with the same fire. For a moment it hurt, like glass grinding in her skull. Then the world shifted. The chamber unfolded in a ghostly wash of color. Vines etched along the walls like veins in a body, each one glowing faint trails of green. They weren't random. They moved, twisted, and curved as if pointing her somewhere. The mark wasn't dead weight. It was alive, leading her. Nyla flexed her hand, the vines on her forearm pulsing back at her like they understood. She followed the glow, boots splashing through shallow water, shoulders brushing stone. Every step forward felt heavier than the last, but the light carved a path through the dark. For the first time since the warehouse erupted in gunfire, she felt a direction that wasn't chaos or chance. And she knew where it was taking her. Outside. Back to air, back to the streets, back to the code Ace had left her. The place he told her to run. The tunnel spat her out into night. Cold air slapped her face, sharp with rain and exhaust. And for a second, she just stood there breathing it in, chest heaving like she'd surfaced from drowning. The city stretched out before her in fractured pieces. Alleys slick with puddles that glowed red from broken neon. Skytrams whispering along vine-draped rails above, their lights cutting across the storm like fireflies on wires. Skyscrapers rose like iron trees, their sides crawling with vertical gardens. Lush green leaves dripping rain, solar blossoms humming faint light, roots tucked into cracks of steel. Balconies bloomed with fruit and laundry swayed like flags of survival, while hollow screens flickered behind hanging orchids, painting faces in blue light that looked too alive to be trusted. Street vendors leaned under moss-lit awnings, smoke from sizzling food twisting into the wet air, the scent of spice and soil battling with the sting of ozone. Every color looked different through her new sight. The green glow hadn't faded. It laced the world, threading through cracks in the pavement, up telephone poles slick with moss, across rooftops where ferns sprouted from rust. Vines where there were none, a living map etched over steel and stone, pulling her forward like the city itself had bent to her veins. She pulled her hood up, clutching her arm close, and moved into the rain. Ace's code burned in her mind. F19 plus green light. The barbershop, their fallback. She kept her eyes on the pulsing lines that ran ahead, glowing trails only she could see, leading her through the storm like a hunter's path carved in light. But the city wasn't letting her pass unnoticed. Shadows shifted at the edges, too still to be rain, too deliberate to be drunks staggering home. A pair of glowing lenses flickered out in a doorway, then snapped dark. High above, something metal stirred on a balcony, vines curling tighter like they wanted to strangle what hit among them. Nyla's hand slid to the Glock at her hip, her forearm flickering in response, vines on her skin glowing faintly like they knew danger when she did. She didn't speed up, didn't slow down, just walked, steady, sharp, every step carrying her closer to Ace. Because if he was still breathing, he'd be waiting. And if he wasn't, somebody was going to pay. The deeper Nyla pushed, the louder the city breathed. Rain dripped off solar vines that crawled up the sides of towers, glowing faintly as if each drop carried current. Moss light pooled in gutters, turning puddles into liquid neon. Skytrams rumbled overhead, their rails tangled with hanging gardens heavy with fruit no one could afford. Graffiti bled across ivy-wrapped walls, gang tags glowing faintly before the leaves shifted, swallowing the paint like the city didn't want them there. That's when she felt it. The shift. Shadows peeled out of a side street. 3 shapes moving loose but hungry. Rain-slicked jackets, knives flashing dull under broken neon. One grinned through gold teeth, blocking her path. Well, he rasped. Little bird flying solo in the storm. Pretty hood, heavy steps. Bet you hum when you bleed. Another circled her flank, twitchy, blade tapping his palm. Don't look like she talked much. Don't gotta. Her pockets will. Nyla's jaw clenched. Her hand hovered near the Glock, but she didn't draw. 3 against 1 wasn't the problem. Making noise in the wrong block was. She kept walking. Steady, eyes low, burning. The biggest one stepped forward, hand lifting to grab her hood. That's when the vines moved. The ivy choking the lamppost above snapped alive, wet and fast. Tendrils lashed down, wrapping his throat with a crack of thorns. He gagged, knife clattering to the ground, legs kicking against the rain-slick pavement as the vine hoisted him up. The other 2 froze, then screamed as vines surged from the walls, coiling around their necks, jerking them off their feet. Nyla didn't blink. Their silhouettes swung in the stormlight, rain dripping down their twitching boots, knives falling uselessly into the gutter. The city had strung them up like warning signs, each body swaying slow under the pulsing green glow. Her arm throbbed. For a moment, she couldn't tell if she had called the city or if it had moved on its own. She exhaled, pulled her hood lower, and walked past without looking up. Nyla followed the glow until the streets thinned, the storm pressing heavier, muffling the noise of the city. The vines led her to a squat brick building tucked between 2 taller towers, its sign half-burnt, letters barely clinging to the frame. Crown Cuts. The windows were dark, chairs still visible in the gloom, ghosts of a barbershop long past its prime. The front door sagged on rusted hinges, neon from across the street bleeding onto the glass in broken colors. Her eye burned faint green, scanning the place. The vines crawled thick here, running up the side of the building, coiling across the roof, splitting toward the back. She knew instantly the shop was just the face. The heart was behind it, and someone was already at the door. Aya. She stood half-sheltered under the awning, braids slick with rain, hoodie zipped high, medallion glinting faint under the flicker of a busted street lamp. She shifted her weight from foot to foot, eyes scanning the block like trouble was always one corner away. When Nyla stepped closer, Aya's gaze caught the glow in her eye, the faint green tracing down her arm under the sleeve, and something clicked. Tala's words came back sharp. You'll know her when you see her. Hood low, eyes colder than the storm. Looks like she carries weight she doesn't talk about. You're Nyla, aren't you? Aya asked, voice cautious but certain. Nyla stopped just short of her, rain dripping from her hood. Depends who's asking. Tala, Aya said quickly. She told me to wait out here for you. The silence held for a moment before Nyla gave the smallest nod. Then move. I'm here for Ace. Aya's throat tightened at the name. She shifted, almost nervous to answer. You just missed him. Tala patch him up, and then he left. Nyla's jaw clenched, eyes narrowing beneath the hood. Left. Aya nodded. Didn't say where, just slipped into the storm. She swallowed, lowering her voice. The way he moved, it didn't look like a man still bleeding. Nyla stared past her at the darkened barber shop, the glow in her, eye flaring faintly. The storm rattled the sign overhead, chains creaking like bones. Fine, then you're taking me to Tala. Now. Aya hesitated, shifting under that stare, and for the first time she understood what Tala meant when she said Nyla carried storms inside her. Aya's eyes widened as she caught the faint glow running down Nyla's veins, the stormlight bouncing off her green-burning iris. She lifted her wrist quick, tapping the small hollow dial on her watch. A quiet chirp answered, then Tala's voice, sharp with smoke and sarcasm. Don't tell me the storm dragged another half-dead stray to my door. Aya kept her voice low, urgent. It's her, the girl you described, hood low, storm in her eyes. I'm bringing her in now. A pause. Then Tala chuckled, dry and amused. Well, ain't that a plot twist? Fine. Bring her back before the floor swallows her. And what? If she's crazy, I'm billing you for the damages. Aya scowled at the watch, but slid it down as Nyla brushed past her without a word. The barbershop front groaned under the storm's weight, but the back door opened into clean brightness. Metal counters, sealed cabinets, surgical light slicing sharp across the room. Tala was already waiting, blunt hanging off her lip, gloves snapped tight. Well, Storm's little sister. Nyla's jaw clenched. She didn't answer, but the vines on her arm twitched like they didn't like the attention. Aya shifted nervously, her eyes darting toward Nyla's arm. Why you see that, right? Tala followed the glance, her smirk spreading as the green traced through Nyla's veins. She let out a dry chuckle, smoke curling from her lip. Oh, I see it. Like a busted power line walked into my clinic. Question is, does she even know what it means? Nyla stepped closer, voice flat. I don't care what it means. I need Ace. Tala ignored her protest, catching Nyla's wrist before she could pull back. The scanner hummed, screen jittering with static like it couldn't keep up. For a moment, the glow surged bright, eye burning like an emerald flame. Then, just as sudden, it sputtered. The light faded. The vines cooled dark against her skin. Her eyes slipped back to normal, and all at once the weight hit. Her legs buckled under the sudden fatigue, every step dragging like she was wading through cement. Her chest heaved, sweat cutting cold through the rain already soaking her. Tala shoved a chair behind her just in time, and Nyla collapsed into it, hands gripping the armrests like they were the only thing keeping her upright. Fatigue, Tala muttered, flicking ash into a tray. Whatever juiced her veins just ran dry. Nyla tried to push back up, words on her tongue, but her body betrayed her. Too heavy, too slow. Her eyes fluttered once, then shut. Aya stepped forward, alarm breaking through her usual nerves. She's out cold, what do we do? Tala leaned back, exhaling smoke, studying the black vines still etched into Nyla's arm like permanent ink. What we always do, she said calmly. We see what's left when the storm stops screaming.